Welcome to Better Business Cases Foundation module. This is an introductory module and we have titled it module number 0. A little bit about One World Training. We are a global training organization. We provide business simulation and training and we have offices in the US, UK, Netherlands, India, and many other parts of the world. We provide training in IT, business management, project management, and several other trainings. We do trainings in different ways. We offer classroom-based, online, e-learning, blended, and even in-person trainings, both at private and government organizations. And we are an authorized training center endorsed by leading global professional bodies, and a few of our endorsements are on this particular slide. Now, what is the objective of this particular module? In this module, I will take you through the various syllabus areas that you would be tested on in the foundation exam, and we would map those syllabus areas to the e-learning module in which you would be covering or learning those syllabus areas. And I've also kind of put in an approximate timing there for your indicative guidance. It's not necessary that you might take that amount of time, depending upon your level of exposure to better business cases. You may take slightly more or lesser time, but I just put in some indicative timelines there. And APMG website has got good resources on their website pertaining to better business cases. So I will take you through the various resources available, and we would make sure that these resources are even provided as a part of the learning management system to you. And a bit about the exam format, how the foundation exam, and how to go about booking your exam, and what is the process for managing your examination booking process is something that I would help you in this particular module. Now let's kind of go through the various syllabus areas. And so the first column is a column of the syllabus areas. Second column is where in the e-learning module is that particular syllabus area covered, and what is the approximate timing for the study, both the e-learning and self-study, and what additional resources would you be needing to rely upon, and what chapters of the official guide would be relevant to this particular syllabus is something that are captured on the next few slides. So let me take you through syllabus area number 1. You will be tested in the exam on the overview of the 5-case model. So in the learning modules, we would be examining the 5 key components of a business case. There are 5 cases, as they are called. There is the strategic case, the economic case, the commercial case, the financial, and the management cases. What are the purpose of each of these cases, and the order in which they are presented is something that you would need to be familiar with. And there are 3 key stages in the development of a spending proposal. There is stage 1, wherein we create the strategic outline case. Stage 2, we create the outline business case. And stage 3, we create the full business case. So you need to be familiar with the 3 key stages of the development of the spending proposal. Now, we need to know the differences between a program and a project. A program has got an outcome as its focus. A program has got benefits as its focus. It's a grouping of logically related projects. We kind of would be covering that in the foundation modules, module number 1. And a project is a single initiative that manages the scope, time, cost, quality, and risk of that single initiative. And the focus is usually an output. So a few outputs would help us achieve an outcome, which is what a program is all about. And the different types of programs, together with their nature and focus, we have a slide that talks about the various types of programs. Certain programs are quite specification led. You would know what what the specifications are, and you do not require a significant change management effort around those initiatives. For example, if you take a construction project, it's highly specification led. But if you are managing a social initiative, you would like to, let's say, change the smoking habits of a particular group of people, then we are talking about a transformation of behaviors and lifestyle habits. So there are different types of programs. So you need to be familiar with these types of programs. Now, the kind of approach that we take to manage a particular program depends upon the nature of the program. Generally speaking, one of the popular frameworks for managing programs is a methodology called Managing Successful Programs. And the recommendation is to use this particular methodology for transformation related programs. So it's an interesting slide to go through. And then there is a slide that talks about the advantages of a well-prepared business case. And there are a couple of slides on program assurance and project assurance. Now, please keep in mind, assurance is all about providing confidence and transparency. It's all about providing confidence to the senior responsible owner or the sponsor of the project. In the context of government initiatives, for example, in countries like UK and New Zealand, they do conduct assurance audits called gateway reviews, which are useful ways of ascertaining the confidence and providing the needed advice for the responsible owners of the investments. In this particular syllabus area, we would also cover step 1 of the development framework. So step 1 is an important step. This is where we make sure that the investment is aligned with a larger portfolio of initiatives. This is where we carry out an exercise called a scoping document. This is where we develop the program business case. So stage 1 is quite an important step. And we would be covering the purpose of the key stages in the development and delivery of a spending proposal. And all of these are covered in module 1 of the e-learning modules. Now, roughly, I would recommend 4 hours of e-learning and self-study, which would include the reading that is mentioned beneath. So for this particular module, I would recommend reading chapters 1 through chapter 4 of the project business case 2018 document. So we would make this document available for you. Alternatively, I would also show you the location where you could download this document from. Continuing on with the same overview of the 5-case model. So besides the components that we looked at in the previous slide, some of the additional components that you would be tested on would be the purpose of a program/project business case, and in what circumstances it should be considered, the strategic outline case, program case, and in what circumstances it should be considered. Now, the business justification case. Now, this is an interesting phrase used in BBC. A business justification case is a case where we, instead of having all the 3 cases, or rather 3 iterations of business case, we combine a few of the iterations into one to make sure that you have a simpler business cases. Usually, if the complexity and the risk exposure of a particular investment is not too high, you might want to use a business justification case. In certain countries, it is even called as a single case, a single stage business case. So these are things to consider as you read through the module. And then there are the 3 key iterations of a business case are the strategic outline case, the outline business case, and the full business case. Now, the purpose of a strategic outline case is to ascertain business justification. Is it really worthwhile investing in this particular case? Is there a case for change? Now, that's one of the leading purposes of a strategic outline case. Whereas an outline business case is all about making sure we have a delivery strategy in place. We go through a long list of options, and then we arrive at a shorter list of options in terms of a preferred way forward. And then in the third iteration, which is a full business case, we take the preferred option and we go to the marketplace and we try to get a good deal. So the whole objective of a full business case is to make an investment decision on the project that we are thinking about. So those are some broad high-level ideas. Now, who bears the responsibilities for the business planning process is articulated in module number 1. The relationship between the business case development framework and the best practice program and project management methodologies is also laid out. Now, depending upon the kind of methodology you would be using for managing your project or program, you could well integrate those methodologies with business cases, with the better business case framework. And then we broadly have looked into the relationship between policies, strategies, programs, and projects and their deliverables. Now, end of the day, the whole journey begins with policies up on the top, and policies are converted into strategies. Strategies are achieved by a series of programs and projects, and end of the day, these projects would need to be mapped to a particular deliverable and outcome, which ultimately are aligned with the broader strategies of the organization. And all of these elements are again covered in module number 1, and the time allocated would be around 4 hours for your e-learning and self-study. And please refer chapters 1 to chapter 4 of the project business case document.